The Velar occupies the high fashion position within the Range Rover lineup, with a decidedly urban attitude. And a lot has changed since my initial test drive back in 2018, including more fuel-efficient powertrains and a new minimalist interior.
A little late-season snow is always welcome when there's a Range Rover visiting. In particular, this here is the Velar P400 Dynamic SE. Yes, proving that the British can challenge the Germans with their confusing names. Now, this one here slots in at number 3 in the Velar's 4-model trim walk, equipped with the turbocharged inline-6 with mild hybrid technology. 4-cylinder variants start at around $63,000, while the range-topping Velar HSE begins at about $86,000. For the 2024 model year, the body has been nipped and tucked, highlighted by a new grille and headlight design, and there's a new curved glass touchscreen housing JLR's latest infotainment system, centered within the reimagined minimalist front cabin. And though the Velar packs the customary Land Rover bundle of go-anywhere credentials, such as terrain response with off-road modes and standard all-wheel drive, the Velar is like the Defender's bougie cousin. It's far happier doing urban things, and its appearance is indicative of that. There's a little less than 8.5 inches of ground clearance on the coil suspension, though its approach and departure angles are still noteworthy. And as for traction, there's just a single speed transfer case here, so no low-range gearing. That being said, it can still master a fresh snowfall with aplomb. The optional cold climate pack has come in handy this week with its heated windshield, headlamp washers, heated and cooled front seats, and heated rear seats. Mixed in with a bunch of other options such as these 21-inch wheels, gray paint with black roof, and big head-up display, MSRP is $81,000. That stings a little bit for a Range Rover that seems to have lost a bit of its curb appeal and its supercharged V8 option.
Now, this is a cabin so minimal in its design that it would make even Volvo jealous. There are literally no buttons here on the center console with the exception of the park button for the transmission. It's all now been moved up to this updated Pivi Pro infotainment system, which is better than it once was, but is still lacking some intuitiveness here on day 5 of my test drive. Still getting used to it. Otherwise, the rest of the Velar interior makes me feel like I could be in just about any SUV. It's just lacking in some personality.
Pivi Pro is a marked improvement from its predecessor, yet it's not going to give you the warm and fuzzies. Now, the Velar is considered a small SUV, but isn't restrictive when it comes to transporting adults in the rear seats or in hauling some stuff home from the warehouse club.
The Turbo 6 is certainly lively, but driving the Velar smoothly is difficult. Unless you go really easy with your right foot on that throttle, it is going to feel abrupt. And even with this 48-volt mild hybrid system here, the engine start-stop system is very clunky. Otherwise, even without the air springs here, the ride quality is genuinely Range Rover. It is very luxurious.
395 horsepower and 405 pound-feet of torque is more than enough here, and it works through an 8-speed auto. That's good for a 0 to 60 time of only 5.2 seconds, and it returns 21 mpg on premium gas, but the mild hybrid powertrain lacks harmony and degrades the overall driving experience. But if looking cool is your top priority, then success you shall find in the Range Rover Velar. The rest of the vehicle isn't as exciting as its $80,000 price tag would portend. For Drive Time, I'm Steve Hammis.